I never had an easy job.
What did you do in show business?
Dancer, showgirl, and worked in burlesque theaters where I was the talking woman for the comics.
Like the straight woman? Mm-hmm. Wow, that sounds very interesting.
That was interesting. I enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. That was so much fun.
Did you travel?
Oh, yeah.
All across the country?
Oh, yeah.
Well, was that life enjoyable, or was it hard or rough?
It was kind of rough at times. You didn't get a lot of sleep on certain days because you were busy working or traveling. Closed on one night and drove all night long to get to the next place. There's a burlesque theater where the gang loves to go to see Queenie the Cutie of the burlesque show. The thrill of the evening is when out Queenie trips and the band plays a polka while she strips. Take it off, cried a voice in the rear. Call 'em right, that's all you can hear. But she's always a lady, even in pantomime, so she stops and always just in time. The man that became my husband and another fellow took us out sailing, and we beached the boat, had the picnic with us, and we had a watermelon with us and everything. So we spent the whole day out there on the river, and it was really nice.
Sounds great.
Yeah. We had no telephone at that time, so he would call me on my girlfriend's phone.
Did you live near your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah. She'd tell me he called, call him back.
So how long did that marriage last?
4 years. We were together a year and a half. It got too rough. Too rough.
Between the two of you, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he drank a lot, and he got worse. And he was not a nice man when he drank. And he got a little free with his physical discipline. So just couldn't hack it.
Well, I'm glad you got out of that.
Oh, yes. And I was single for that 11 years plus. And then I married again, which is why I left the business.
Now, where did you meet your second husband?
In the business. He was a representative for the union, the American Guild of Variety Artists, which of course you had to be a member. And he came around servicing the places and seeing everybody, and came back to visit me. And he got to where he would fly in wherever I was working to drive me to the next spot so I could sleep. Oh, yeah.
That was very nice of him.
Oh, yeah. It was the best side of him. I didn't see the other side till later.
You were married for quite a while, weren't you?
14 years. I never thought I'd live this long.
Yeah.
I really, really, really didn't.
Why do you feel like you didn't think you'd live this long?
I lost so many of my friends, and that traveling on the road, horrific things. So, and just, I don't know, as you get older, I just never thought I would get this old.
How old are you?
I'll be 77 next month.
What do you think happens when you die?
I don't know, but I've been thinking that I was being haunted by some of my mom and my dad. Ever so it's like I can see the shadow going across.
You dream this, or is this when you're...
No, it's when I'm awake.
When did this start?
About the past year, 2 years maybe.
Do you think they're saying anything to you?
Hi. Oh, yes. Just checking up on me.
Have they been gone a long time?
My father's been gone since 1973. And my mother's been gone maybe 10 years now. But they're still here, because I still feel them around me.
So you feel...
When I went in for surgery the first time, I used to go in for the radiation treatments, and I could put my hand on here and hold on, It was like I had my mother's hand.
Really?
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange, but she was always such a stand up, here I am, I'm with you all the way person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my grandparents too.
So you have cancer?
Oh yeah, several.
You
I've had 2 removed and I've got 2 more now. One is a big tumor in the intestine and the cancer's in the stomach. So it's inoperable. I said, okay. Do I have time to prepare? If I have time to prepare, that's even better, isn't it? So Gay and I went on our trip out to the West Coast, to Washington State and Victoria, British Columbia, the day after I did all the testing. I didn't know the outcome yet, but I was fairly sure of what they were going to find. But we went off on our week's trip anyway. Considering everything that happens, life's not been bad to me. It really hasn't.
That's great.
You just learn to appreciate the good things. And instead of saying, oh, look at that, it's all gone, and you say, oh my goodness, look at that. I had such a great time. Depends on how you look at it.
Brilliant.
Got to have a positive attitude. And I always said the one thing I never would say, oh my goodness, what can happen next? Because it'll always find you. And I don't want to jinx it.
Beyond the Washington State trip, what else are you doing to prepare?
Oh, I've been down to the church where my grandfather helped build when he was a boy. And it's over 100 years old. And made arrangements already with a preacher down there.
What are the arrangements, if you don't mind me asking?
I asked him about being, I want to be right between my mom and my dad's feet. But I'm going to be cremated, and they were not. So if they can't do anything else, they can just throw the dust all over.
How did you come to the conclusion that you wanted to be cremated?
It has to do with the financial aspect of a funeral, for God's sake. Do you know how much it costs to be buried?
No.
That'd scare you to death. And I don't want to leave all that for my kids to have to pay for later. And I sure don't have the money. And I had read in the AARP newspaper about a woman whose mother was telling her she had prepared for hers, everything. And she had donated her body, and her cremation and all cost zip.
And so is that what you're doing? The cremation costs $0?
It's going to cost a little more than that because I'm not donating my body. I don't know what they do with this crazy thing anyway. I told my doctor that I was going to donate my body, but I want to keep my teeth in because I want to be able to smile at them. I want them to fix my mouth and a smile and put you up on that thing. And when they wheel you in, and your doctors who both give classes, when they pull the cover back, I'd be laying there smiling at them.
You like to joke and tease, don't you?
Uh-huh. My doctors have all thought I was a little strange because the way I take it. I said, well, what could I do about it? You told me you can't operate for this one. Because I've already had a piece of my lung removed on the right side. I had part of the breast removed on the right side. And none of them are related to the other, which is weird. So they're all different kinds of cancer. So I said, well, at least I got a variety.
That's right.
So my hospice people, when they come in here, the ladies, they leave here laughing. So I'm happy about that.
That sounds great.
Yep.
So,
Can't do anything about it. You just have to learn to accept life.
Right.
And I've had a good run. A long one.
Longer than you thought.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I lost a lot of my friends. In fact, I'm one of the few left, I think. And if I don't hurry up and do something, there won't be anybody to come see me.
Wow. So when you die, you don't feel, do you, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you don't feel that you'll see your parents? Or
Oh, I think I will, yes. I see them now. Why wouldn't I see them then?
so what do you think it'll be like after the afterlife?
I have no idea, but I'm ready. I'm ready.